I think her brushing her teeth is a lot more interesting than SWAMPHEAD that was just So are we getting questions, or what are we doing here? Are we introducing ourselves? You want to start, Dustin? Go for it.
Oh, yes, I'm sorry. I am Justin Propp. And I helped shoot this thing.
Oh, wait, hold on. It's not going yet. Or is it going yet? I don't know. Whatever. Sorry, Justin, go for it.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I was the camera guy, and yeah, I don't know, for SWAMPHEAD.
I don't think we're going yet.
No, I think I just got, and on the chat it says, and you're live.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Here we are.
okay.
Here we are.
We'll have some questions any second now, right?
Well, go ahead. I guess we need to introduce ourselves first. I don't know if Justin, yours went through. Dustin, you want to go for it?
I'm Dustin. You just did it for me. You just took care of that.
Oh, yeah, right? I don't know.
Oh, am I supposed to say like I helped make the movie? Like I helped direct and go away.
You were the directioning.
Yeah.
Oh, and you made the mask too. That was.
I did that part.
You had your guts get ripped out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, this is super awkward. Yeah, I'm Derrick Carey. I helped out with editing and a lot of the post-production work. I also laid down face first as a extra with live ants crawling all over me and eating my eyeballs. And
Nobody complains about what they had to do to make this.
This
all
work
they were
of art.
doing was cleaning you.
Well, looks like we have a question here. A lot of practical effects for a better word, badass. The half-eaten body in the hot tub, the headless body, and all the random gore throughout the movie. How did you go about putting together some of those effects?
Jeez. Yeah, go ahead, Dustin.
I think we go away. What is this?
That's the stuff you use to make the stuff.
Oh,
for real. The box of it.
just latex and foam. I think that's all we used for everything. Just latex and foam.
Yeah. Oh no, and we used a little bit of paper towel. No, it was latex. We for the hot tub effect, or what, for the half-eaten body in the hot tub. That was just Larry. We brought Larry over, and we did a plaster cast of his torso, and we ripped out all his chest hair doing that, I remember. And then yeah, fuck him anyway. And then no, I was kidding. But no, we ripped out anyway. And then from there we took the cast and what did you do? You used
just a plastic cast. It's just it's like a clay mold of his chest, and then we made that plaster out of that, and then poured the latex right into that.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Pretty low tech.
And then you did all the you made all the guts and everything underneath that. So it was just basically this big thing we just put on top of them, and then and then we just used latex to secure it, and he breathed. Yeah, all the practical effects were pretty fun to do. That's kind of the best part of making a horror movie, I think, is like, but yeah, it was pretty fun. We mainly used lawn sprayers, like weed sprayers, to spray all the blood.
There's a story right there. The wonderful smell that those had to them after the third or fourth year of shooting the film.
Yeah, we were still using the same blood. Yeah, I think it was the half and half that went rotten. I'm not.
Yeah, so sometimes you're using milk. So like we just use milk over and over again.
And never cleaned it.
People will just that if you have a camera in front of them, they'll just.
We were on a budget.
Milk.
It was pretty. Yeah, but at the same time, it they made a face when they smelt it, and it looked good, like it hurt. So
even though they were really going to puke.
Sorry.
So laugh louder.
Sorry.
Oh,
all
okay,
right. It looks
so
like we.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, a few more questions here, huh?
All right. The next one was, what was the most challenging thing to deal with on set, or if there are multiple issues, what might they have been?
I think it's the hardest part is just getting people to show up.
Yeah,
You know,
organizational.
By far,
No.
like if you get everybody there, then usually you're going to do all right. I think
Right.
the generator was a major issue.
Oh, the generator. Yeah. Yeah. No, the first day shooting, yeah, we melted the generator.
And that was a rented one, right?
No, I bought
No,
that.
You bought that one?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was
Yeah,
we ended up trying because it made so much noise that we decided it would be a really good idea to bury it.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, we had exhaust and everything going, so we thought it'd be fine, you know.
Yeah, we made like this thing like to put over the top of it, and we had a fan going, and it melted the fan too, like within a matter of minutes. And like, it's gonna believe like the generator itself melted. And then when we took it back to Menards, I don't know, they finally gave us their money back like a year later, but but that was why we ended up having like all the day for night shoots, which I don't know, that's fine, I guess. I wish we could go back and reshoot that at night, but
Well, that adds to the campy of it.
Right. Other challenging things, your uncle crapping in the
Wasn't really a challenge.
no, not for him. That was just
I'm sure it came out real easy.
I think the way that he did it was challenging because it was. I mean, I don't know.
How did he do that?
He like sprayed out of his asshole all over my back seat.
Yeah. No, and then when we were shooting the
paper and
yeah,
disgusting.
Oh, and there's just like a big puddle of piss in the back floor, and then.
Well, what was the story? Why don't you tell the story of the reason why he actually shit in that? Because of where you guys were shooting and all that stuff.
We scared the deer away.
Well, because the location was like your uncle's place, wasn't it?
Well, it's my dad's land, but he lives in a shed around there or something. I don't know, and he didn't like it that I parked the car there, so
He has no running water.
So the retaliation was spraying shit all over the car.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. At first, we thought it was a bear or something. We didn't know what the fuck. Cause we were like, who did this? Like, we were in the middle of nowhere. We're like a mile from a road, and like, you know, it was like, well, somebody must have been walking through, and they just decided to like use the car as a toilet, and then I don't know. We but yeah, no. And then like, so we tried cleaning it up. Like, we didn't really have anything to clean it up with there. And somehow we like severed the gas line driving it into this place, and then like so it was spraying gas all over. So we used duct tape to put that back together. That was why we didn't drive it home that night, because we didn't have any duct tape, I think. And we came back with duct tape, and then yeah, we fixed it, drove it back, and then tried to clean it. We couldn't get the shit smell out of there and the piss, and then like we had to shoot the car scene, the interior where they're driving out there like a few days later. Oh, well.
Yeah, people didn't want to really. I don't think we told them, actually, did we? We just kind of laid stuff down.
Anybody? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't really like an up in front issue for us, I don't think. Like we had more important things to worry about than telling them that somebody had just crapped in the in the car they were sitting in.
I suppose so.
Yeah, no, there were just tons of issues though. Like, but yeah, it was just a nightmare the whole time. It was fun. I mean, once we got everybody together, yeah, no, the scheduling was probably like the hardest thing, because there was almost always one person that couldn't make it. So that was supposed to be in a scene, so we just had to shoot around them the whole time. So that's kind of like, I don't know. it sort of makes it funnier in a way too. When you're watching it, you can just tell it was shot like years apart in different locations, or maybe you can. I don't know, but
with different actors, because there's at least 2 characters that
and
have 3 different actors.
Yeah, I played. I played Megan for a scene. Nobody noticed that, I don't think. No, I don't think we actually kept any of that footage. Remember, I think it was just in the car. I was riding around with her wig on, with a red wig on.
Oh yeah, then Michelle, yeah, she played Nostalgia.
Uh huh.
I was gonna say.
Yeah. In that scene. Yeah, and then you were and also and you were Han in the car scene too.
Uh huh. And you were Han, and there was like 4 different Hans.
Yeah. Yeah, it was kind of like, we just call somebody like, who can be Han today? And then but so
what's that deer behind you?
What's that?
What's the deer behind you in your picture there? I see a deer head.
Oh, I just bought a deer head. I have to make a fake picture. That's funny. Todd just jumped on top of it and was scratching it. My cat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to do the next? You want to do the next one, Dustin?
Yeah. Let's do another one.
What was the writing process like when you were putting together the film? Anything inspire you to go certain directions in the movie?
You mean like did we change the script around for any reason, or did we?
Yeah, I think that's basically while you were writing it. Was there something that kind of struck you as, oh, this is kind of cool, I think I want to try this?
Yeah, I mean, we did multiple takes, just playing around with the different actors too, because a lot of the parts really weren't written necessarily for the people that we had acting for it. So we would just try a bunch of different lines. So I think the script was pretty loose in that way.
Yeah. Well, a lot of them. Well, and then a lot of the takes we took were like where people were screwing up their lines, which was actually really funnier. Like how they'd say it was funnier than how we wrote it. So.
Right.
But no,
yes.
It all started with you and EC, right? And you guys were in a hot tub.
Yeah. I mean, that's where the script came from for sure. It was just the hot tub scene. I mean, we should, in all reality, that movie should not have been more than 5 minutes long. Should have just been a hot tub scene, and we should have just left it at that.
Yeah, it would have been. I don't know. We probably would have a lot more questions.
I guess the next question. Oh, Jesus Christ! I don't even know if I want to read that. Do I live in a Don Pablo's Mexican restaurant, or were the Christmas lights just not taken down yet, or not? Yeah, actually, I do. I live in a Mexican restaurant bar. I hope you don't have a problem with that. I like tequila. Anyways, next question. What can you tell us about your distribution? Did you approach somebody, or did the distributor approach you? And if they did approach you, how did they find your movie? I can actually speak to that because Briarwood Entertainment came to me about SWAMPHEAD because we did a very limited VHS run of about 50 tapes when initially we finished the film. We had a screening in Oshkosh at the Oshkosh Horror Film Festival, where all 3 of us sold copies of the remaining 50 tapes, and we sold most of them, and then we had a few online orders that were actually sent out because Dustin and I did a convention in Minneapolis where we screened it, and we sold some copies there. Somehow the boys from Briarwood Entertainment got a copy of it. It's kind of odd. There were a few copies of that initial very limited run that went all the way to Norway, went across the nation. I mean, it went all over the place, and I still every now and then see on like VHS collectors boards, I see people with copies of that original VHS tape, and it kind of blows my mind. Well, what ended up happening was that Justin Rice and Jesse Rice, who run Briarwood Entertainment, they got a copy of the tape, and they fucking pooped themselves over it. They loved it so much that they started holding parties with the movie and showing everyone that they knew, and they immediately they contacted me because I was either at a convention or something, and it just kind of started from there. I got them in contact with Justin and Dustin, and it's kind of history from that point. I mean, what are your guys' experience with those boys?
I didn't know how you actually, or how they got a hold of us. I didn't know anything about that. The only time we met, who do we meet? Chris?
No, Justin. Yeah.
Oh,
And
okay.
yeah, we met Justin in yeah, he came to my house in Milwaukee and he bought us dinner, which was awesome.
Yeah, it sold it. All we needed.
Finished mine either. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I kind of jokingly, I'm like, you know, I mean, that's pretty much what I said to him too. Was like, yeah, you pretty much got our movie with dinner, and he's like, yeah, I mean, that's pretty much all you're gonna get.
Well, those guys, they look like they're high schoolers. They're so young, or at least I haven't met Jesse. I met Justin, and they're just total VHS geeks. That's just, I mean, that's their thing. I actually got to hang out with Justin at Cinema Wasteland last year in April, and I think the thing that kind of made me say, push them on to Justin and Dustin was the fact that, they were the only people that seemed genuinely to like the film, as opposed to,
Anybody else?
like Trauma had sent us a contract, and you know how that is. It's like 20 years. They take the film, you get absolutely nothing, and you never get it back. It was an awful contract. So we
No, you can get it back if you can. I think you have to buy it back from them though.
Yeah, they had rights to everything.
You only have like a 3-month window to do it. Yeah, and then it's theirs forever after that. That was just a joke of a contract. I don't know, whatever.
So yeah. So Justin, Briarwood seemed like they really loved the movie. So I mean, you gotta like that. And the release, you gotta admit, it's pretty cool looking what they've done with the box art and all that jazz. I mean, they went all out with it.
Yeah, that was way more than I would ever expected anybody to do for it, for sure.
Yeah. No, I mean, and that was, result of like just, I don't know, trials and just trial and error. He was just making all these different boxes and trying to like make Swamphead's lights or eyes glow. He was using like small lights and trying to figure that out.
like that dead pit.
Yeah,
remember that old tape?
I think that's like what he was going for. I don't remember. There's an article I read like with Justin, and he was just talking about like all the work he did trying to make the Swamphead release. Like it was pretty. Yeah, it was pretty. I don't know. He spent a lot of time actually. Like I was pretty surprised. But yeah, no, I couldn't. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with them actually. Like they're yeah, it's great, and it's actually like the contract they gave us too it was 1 page versus Troma's 30-something page contract that made no sense at all, and that was just 30 pages of screwing us,
Yeah. Well, they also give. Do you have the audio on there, Justin?
Oh, am I out?
Yeah, there's some feedback going on.
No, I hear him. He's fine. It's you.
Oh, yeah, there's some echoing back here. It's very weird.
Oh.
Okay. Well, they also gave you a lot of freedom to be able to go and then sell the movie yourself and then screen it whenever you wanted to and do stuff like this. IndieHorror.tv, most companies and distributors would never give you the opportunity to be able to screen your films online for free like this. So, I mean, that's a positive. I mean, is it going to... There's a possibility it may go out even further than this. We don't have, 100% on that, but you never know. You might see Swamphead in a red box. We don't know yet. Who knows? But do you guys want to go on to the next one?
Yep.
All right. The next one was, sorry, just messing with you about the Don Pablo's thing. Yeah, don't worry about it. I was just kidding. I'm just being an asshole. Are are any of you guys attending Horror Hound Cincinnati?
No.
Nope.
I mean, when I don't know when it is. I guess now that we have copies to sell, I kind of want to go to some of these.
Did you have copies, Justin?
No, I don't.
I finally got some copies, Dustin. Actually, I have the embossed VHS for you at my house. So
for me?
Yes.
Is that free? Do I have to pay for it?
No, man, totally for you. Yeah. So let me know. Let's hook that up.
Yeah.
I know Horror Hound Cincinnati. I know I'm not going there this year. But in April, I'm going to be at Cinema Wasteland with the film, and we're hoping. I sent it out. I don't know if it's gotten approved yet. It might play at Cinema Wasteland, but don't quote me on that. I know we sent it out to Ken, and just waiting to hear back. So Cinema Wasteland's the only thing that I have booked this year. So. Next question was, what was a major inspiration for the film from each of you? Well, I can't really talk about that, so it's up to you guys.
For me, I think we were in high school. I mean, this dates back a while, but we were doing a lot of different camera stuff and had little skits, and I kind of wanted to have a way to combine a bunch of stuff into one movie, so I just started writing them all down. And I mean, it was absolutely no kind of script at that point, but I just thought that the idea of the head attacking people seemed like something that we could work around with a bunch of different ideas, and then we just kind of sat on it for about 5 or 6 years, and then I met Justin, and he was very into making movies, so we decided that was a script that we could probably polish up and shit out, and that's what we did. We shit that thing out.
No, I remember, it was some night, I think I came to Oshkosh to hang out, and then you were telling me about it, and I thought it was absolutely brilliant. And then even after that, I think we talked about it for another 5 years, and then all of a sudden, we just...
This literally was a 20-year movie.
Yeah. A lot of sitting and thinking and not doing anything,
Yeah, there are no accidents in this film. Everything.
It's all cold and calculated, right?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Looks like the next one is I don't think I've ever heard of a positive trauma experience. When it took so long to be finished and be released, did you ever feel frustrated to the point where you thought it would never come out?
I don't know.
I pick it up or what?
Well, I think it's a kind of a double question, because the way I'm taking it is, one, taking so long for a distributor to actually see a hard copy and have it released, and two, just to have it finished.
I think just getting it finished was I never thought we'd see that thing finished, until we went to your house and we played it, and you guys already had it edited so well, and I was pretty surprised that it went together as well as it did. So yeah. I thought at that point, okay, this thing's actually going to get done at some point.
It was a long road. It was because I remember when we were pulling all-nighters editing that thing just to try and get it to a rough cut where we had that screening at my place a few years ago. And that was even a drastically different version of the film than what you guys just watched on indiehorror.tv. Because then after that, we got notes from everyone, and then Justin, you went out and shot a bunch more SWAMPHEAD footage, and a montage scene, and a whole bunch of other a crotch montage scene, I should say.
You surprised me with that one. That was the first time I saw that was at your house when you guys did the screening. So
that was what Rocky was that where they're on the beach. Yeah, it's Rocky 3. Yeah. I guess that would be my inspiration for the film. Just the close-ups of the crotch when they're running.
Yeah, sweaty crotch. Chafing balls.
Well, this was kind of like this film. I think a big thing when I was watching you guys go through and try and finish this up was that because scheduling with your actors and between yourselves and just, coordinating this whole thing was so frustrating and it took so long that I think general morale just seemed to be almost non-existent. Like it got to the point where it seemed like the film was almost just going to die.
Yeah.
Well, and then the camera was broken like 6 months out of the year, always. So that was a problem too.
That's still occurring, isn't it?
Well, did you throw that thing away yet, or what? It's just
no. I thought about it today. Actually, I was like, should I try and sell it for $50 or just throw it away?
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
Do you want to tell? You want to talk about what that camera was? You want to get into detail? What was the camera you used?
Do you want to sit in?
Oh yeah, it was the JVC HD100. It's an awesome camera, but like ours,
2 minutes.
like everyone else I know that owned one of those, like it never broke. It was just this awesome workhorse camera, and then mine for some reason was broke. I guess I probably used it more than anybody though, but yeah, it just would break constantly. It was always the same thing too. It was just the tape door would break, and then like I finally got the tape door replaced, and then I got it back, and it was like right after I got done shooting the last bit of SWAMPHEAD, and I got it back, and then I turned it on, and I think it powered on for about a few minutes, and then it just shut off, and it hasn't been on since. So, but now as far as like feeling frustrated about whether or not we thought it might ever come out, I don't know. I was like what Dustin said, I was just way more worried about, are we ever gonna is this ever gonna be done? I just wanted it to be done, even though like I had a really good time editing it.
Well, that was we were tinkering with it too much to the point where we just had to just eventually say stop, just finish the sound, and let's just be happy with the film.
Yeah.
No,
Tinkering.
I'll probably still.
Yeah, you would still be tinkering it if we didn't say, you know what, the movie's fucking done.
No, he'd still be doing it right now.
Well, I was kind of thinking of this thing maybe. Like maybe both me and Dustin could just take the footage and re-edit it again as like separate director's cuts and make a lot of money doing that.
So there's 3 versions of the film.
Like we're mad about to each other about like the editing, so like we all have our own editing version. No, this is the way it's supposed to be.
It's like Brazil. There's you release a huge box. There's like 4 different versions of the film with pompous, pretentious names for the.
I've actually compared it.
Cut.
I've compared it to Brazil a couple times. On a lot of different levels.
Right.
Well, let's see.
A lot of academic writing we put into it, it's like terrible.
Yeah.
There's so many levels and layers. Oh my gosh. Okay, what's our next question here? Where did I leave off? On a different angle, what is a literary work that inspired you in some way, shape, or form, regardless of the genre, and how that affected you? That's an interesting question for us.
What does he mean by literary? What's literary?
What does that mean? Literary?
A book. A book. Is there any books that inspired you in any way, shape, or form?
No. Not for a movie. No.
What about in general? What about in general?
What about Dan Jansen?
In general, like what books do we like to read?
Yeah.
Jeez, now I'm a nonfiction guy. That's all I read, nonfiction, and I guess I was reading during the time. I did read If Chins Could Kill, Bruce Campbell book, but so yeah, I'm sure that at least. I don't know. We didn't use any of the Evil Dead like tricks or anything like that they use, but maybe it got us thinking about like how to be more inventive. Well, I did make that.
I did just read John Dies at the End, and if you watch the movie, it's like I don't know. I was just like reminded about making SWAMPHEAD, it just felt like a really independent movie, and like you can see the campiness there too. I was just like, that's one where I could kind of relate to, and I mean that's like afterthought more than what inspired, but I don't know.
That's a pretty awesome movie. I loved that one. But it's also Don Coscarelli, so he hasn't really made anything that I fucking hated. Everything he's done has been awesome.
Yeah.
What's next on the film horizon for you guys?
Ooh.
Don't know. Justin has his abdominal snowman he's working on.
Yep.
Yeah, that's for the hole in the wall.
Yeah, that's part of ours.
A net full of squirrels, correct?
Yeah, there's a net full of squirrels.
What about Ray Pan?
Yeah, Ray Pan, that's gonna happen. That's in the works.
Yeah, that should happen. Ray Pan Island.
Return to Ray Pan Island. That's a win.
Revenge of Ray Pan Island.
Yeah.
Now the Abdominal Snowman movie, I'm hoping to use that, like, it'll be in Hole in the Wall, but then I'd also like to maybe use it to make money. Raise money for the feature Abdominal Snowman movie.
Yeah. Feature length film.
What was that? Like full feature length. Yeah, it's gonna be incredible. And now, of course, it's just like, we've had like fairly mild winters. I mean, there's cool days, but like, and now we have this whole polar vortex thing that's probably like just going to be a mini ice age for the next 20 years or something. So, I don't know about shooting a movie outside during the winter at night, but
that's a huge problem. Like, I remember because you and I have been talking about this fucking snowman with the rock hard abs for like must be a year now. It originally wasn't it going to be like a creature from the Black Lagoon meets grumpy old men?
Yeah, it's that's what the feature is going to be. Yeah, it's Black Lagoon in the winter. It was called. But yeah, no, so I don't know, but yeah, this one is just the one I'm trying to get together right now. It's it's a hunting movie. So
a hunting movie about masturbating
in a cave,
snowmen with rock hard abs.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You guys are sounding. It makes it sound so simple.
It's very wholesome. Well, it just goes along the lines with the rest. This is part of the film. If anyone had seen on IndieHorror.tv before, we had a director's panel at the anniversary celebration they had back in November, and I was on there talking about the anthology film that we're all putting together right now called Hole in the Wall. And Justin's piece is going to be it is the last thing that needs to be shot, and then the film is all done because the film is basically all wrapped up except for that one piece. Then that'll come out hopefully this year. So that's what's next on the horizon. There's always 1.5 million different film projects that are rumbling around in any of our heads going on at any time, which leads into another question, which is a conversation all three of us have had before. Is there going to be a SWAMPHEAD 2? And if so, are you using a different head for that film? Do you want to tell the whole Thanksgiving 3 story, or because this was something you and I talked about, Dustin, when we went out to Crypticon that year about what the original intention for the sequel was.
There wasn't going to be a second one, right? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, how your original vision was it was going to be SWAMPHEAD 3.
Yeah, we're going to skip. Not too much happened in the second one, so why even make it?
Yeah, and then all of a sudden Thanksgiving 3 comes out. It's like, okay, well, fuck that. I guess that ain't the direction.
Yeah.
They fucking totally stole it. So that's fucked.
Yeah, I didn't know that until you told me that. I was kind of disappointed because I thought that would have been pretty funny just to jump in with SWAMPHEAD 3. Actually, I thought it'd be funny to try and make a video game, like a really shitty, and then like don't really release it. and then just like always refer to like the plot of the video game that nobody's ever heard of. You know, like if SWAMPHEAD it came out and like all this shit has happened in between 1 and 3, and you'd have to play this shitty video game in order to
find out the story.
Yeah.
It's like the SWAMPHEAD Clone Wars or something.
Well, wasn't it, Dustin? Wasn't it? Everyone went to hell, and Steve had to fight out of hell.
To hell. Yeah. Yeah, he has to go there, and he has to save them all from bring them back from hell or something. Yeah.
So
and then part 3, he's like this huge mutant SWAMPHEAD with various arms and legs and all this shit. Yeah, I don't even. What happened to SWAMPHEAD? Where is he? Is he like hanging out with like Tom Cruise or something? What the fuck? I see pictures of him like he's like cruising around the United States or something.
He's in the bathroom.
I just put him in a box and I mailed him to Hollywood, California.
He just goes to parties.
I'm pretty sure he's doing better without us.
Snorting lines off of
SWAMPHEAD too. He's gonna do it without us. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, there'll be 100% more Transformers in that movie.
Michael Bay. He's like hanging out with Michael Bay. More power to him, I guess.
Yeah, good for him. At least somebody's making money off of it.
Yeah, fuck you, SWAMPHEAD.
Now we have from Chicago Wookiee Curd King. Oh, I know who that is. Now is definitely the time to shoot an abominable. I can't even say that fucking word. Abominable snowman movie. Do you differentiate it and the Yeti, or are they in the same? Oh man, I can't even fucking read. Or are they one in the same in a cryptozoologist sense of the meaning?
Huh? No, I don't know. It's just it's not. It's not for. I mean, seriously, it's not abominable. It's abdominal.
Yes. Big difference.
Yeah.
Do you want to tell the synopsis of what it is?
It's not a Yeti. It's obviously not a Yeti.
Well, isn't a Yeti like the whatever. It's a white Yeti,
I thought the difference was that the Yetis were more in like Asia, and the regular Bigfoot were here in the States. I thought it was just a regional thing, why they were called different things.
Yeah, who knows? But I mean, now it's time to now's definitely the time to do it.
Yeah.
I think the abdominal snowman could be the polar vortex. But and then they just killed Bigfoot not too long ago, so there's going to be a lot of Bigfoot hype.
It's topical. It's very topical right now.
Well, you did see that legit picture of that stuffed snowman that someone supposedly killed, right? It totally didn't look like a latex mask with bad makeup and hair on it.
No, it's legit. Actually, science. Science has looked into that
Technology.
Technology.
Yeah, well,
we're talking about.
Yeah, I think that was that is the Bigfoot, and they killed it.
Okay, let's see. What else do we got here? So Rob's telling us the Goonies only had Goonies 2 released as a U.S. video game. So there maybe there is a precedent for sequels in video games only.
And I think that's where I thought of that. I was thinking
their goddamn ideas.
I know they stole our idea back in '86 or whatever the shit that game came out.
Yeah, they knew we were going to do it ahead of time, so they went and stole it.
Yeah,
and
shameless.
Yeah, I think Goonies 2 is where I came up with that idea. I thought I'm gonna just go ahead and say I probably stole it from Goonies 2.
Yeah, maybe. Then they come out with Roadhouse 2, so that just blew our Roadhouse 3 movie out of the water.
Oh, yeah.
The one Dalton in space, right?
No, we were gonna do Roadhouse 3.
Roadhouse the animated series.
Oh, the Roadhouse the animated series where he tended bar in space, where he was he was a cooler in space.
He was on Planet Jasper.
I thought we were gonna do Roadhouse 3 where 3 of us were the sons of Dalton.
Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna be the sons of Dalton.
Yeah,
And,
yeah. We'd have to like really beef up for it, but I think we could have probably pulled it off.
It would have been pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Well, at least now you, with the technology and all the money rolling in from SwampHead, you can basically digitally recreate sways.
Yeah.
And so Dustin, you could play Sways if you wanted to, and we would just mask Sways' likeness over top of you.
I don't think you really need to.
You look pretty close.
Yeah, I mean, not in the face as much.
But the body is 100%.
Body is there. I got his body.
Well, you guys move kind of the same way too.
Yeah, we have.
Yeah, very
He's
fluid.
Very fluid roundhouse kicks.
Right.
Okay, I'm not seeing any other questions so far. Everyone's just
Everybody's
talking
gone.
about everyone's talking about Roadhouse 3 and where's Roadhouse 3 can be a prequel to Roadhouse 2 where the ghost of Patrick Swayze hunts Yeti.
Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of a stretch. I don't think I'd believe that.
There's no legitimacy to that.
No.
Okay. I guess this is last call. Is there anybody else that wants to talk about, give us any questions? Otherwise,
I don't. Dustin, you have any advice to young aspiring filmmakers out there? I don't really.
No, I don't. I have none. I mean, I think if anybody had any advice for us, I'd probably be more.
Yeah.
yeah, right.
Yeah, we don't want any more questions. We just want advice.
Yeah, just advice how to make
any direction we should go. Maybe be able to make a living doing this. That would be awesome.
$1 million. Send your unsolicited scripts to us. That way we don't have to write anymore. That would be nice. It looks like Rob gave us a question here. If you had to name your favorite films, what would you pick?
I don't really like movies, actually.
I never watch movies. Actually, I just watched this really good one. I mean, it's really good. It's called Lost Faith. Actually bought it. Yeah, no, it's so good. I bought it because it was the guy. What's that? Do you know the name of the website? I forgot the name of the website. But anyway, yeah, never mind. This guy wrote a review of SWAMPHEAD that was great, and I went on his website and I found this movie Lost Faith. Great.
Was it the guy that gave us a really bad review? Is that guy or
no? He loved it. It's what is it? It's Joel Wynkoop directed it.
Oh, that's that one?
Yeah, and it's shot on video like in the early 90s, and it's so funny.
Joel Wynkoop is the shit, dude. He did all those Tim Ritter movies in the 80s.
Yeah. And then he now he's doing and then he ended up doing these a couple of movies with this guy. Like he's kind of this chubby martial arts guy. Stephen Coda. I don't know. Almost looks like John C. Reilly, but anyway, yeah. No, it's really good.
I think I want to throw out Russian Terminator in case anybody's ever heard of that one. It's an old classic favorite of all of ours, and if you could find Russian Terminator, I mean it's hard because I don't think anybody bothered to like digitize that shit, but it's
you can almost find a VHS.
Yeah, you'd have to search pretty hard for that one.
No.
It's worth it, though.
Or another one.
So
another one, if you find it, it's like Action USA.
Yeah, Action USA is 100%. Yeah, totally. That shit's fucking epic. I've been wanting to get a copy of that ever since you showed me it.
Yeah, that was just made by stuntmen, so it's just all stunts and
the greatest dialogue ever.
Yeah.
Michelle wants me to say Book of Mormon.
Part one.
Part one.
Oh yeah.
Is that a movie?
Yeah. I don't think they made a part two. It's called. I think it's the first.
If there was a part two, I would own it.
Yeah.
I'll have to pick that one up. I haven't seen that one yet.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
So much shit.
I went on a real long Christploitation kick for a while, and
Justin, here, this ties into SwampHead a little bit. Speaking of Christploitation, remember Second Chance? We actually used a sound clip from Second Chance.
Oh, I don't know if we're supposed to say that.
What is that? What's Second Chance?
It's kind of like a whatchamacallit, that Christmas movie with what's his face? I'm sorry, I'm not being very specific. It's a Wonderful Life.
Oh, okay.
You know, it's sort of the same thing where it's just like, you know, instead of saying I wish I was never born, he says, God, I wish I was never a believer. And then he wakes up and like he's a worldly man. And it's a high school movie. He's in high school, and then like, you know, he's always getting picked on because he's a Christian. Mm-hmm. And then and then he's like, I wish I was never a believer, and then he becomes a worldly man, and then and he's immediately into drugs and doing and drinking and like screwing all these chicks, and then like in trouble with the cops and like a dick to old people.
He's gonna regret that decision.
Yeah. It's a good one. It's only 45 minutes long too, but yeah, top-notch Christploitation.
Yeah. Well, there's that. What was it the very end where he goes, Jesus man, and then there was like a ting?
Yeah.
What was that's what we used for SwampHead's, like in that shot where SwampHead's in the sky.
The twinkle of the eye.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We had it in an original cut, like in the credits. It was in the original credit sequence, and then we just had to figure out how to put it back in there because we didn't not want to have it in there somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, it's really, really, really like lame sound effect, but it's funny. No, it's through the whole movie. Like, I mean, not SwampHead, but it's through like all of Second Chance. They use it constantly, you know, like anytime there's a reveal or something, you know, like where they show like, I don't know, like godly intervention or something, like, you know, and
Well, Justin, during that time when we were cutting this film initially, you were like on this huge Christploitation flick. You must have gave me like 6-7 movies that we were watching the whole entire time, where it was nothing but dudes that were totally having like second thoughts about their faith, and they all of a sudden become demons and all this stupid shit.
Yeah. No, and like the best part about it, like a lot of those are made in the like, you know, like late 90s or like, well, probably like early 2000s when like CGI, like as far as like people at home making it wasn't that good, you know, so it was just a lot of like really bad CGI effects too. And
what was that one with the really bad CGI where they were in hell and stuff?
Escape from Hell. Yeah.
It looked like one of those fucking like mid-90s Cinemax like Red Shoe Diaries piece of shit movies with like horrible CGI where all of a sudden they'd be in hell and it'd be some like looks like a PlayStation fucking demon walking around or some shit.
Getting their arms ripped off.
And like Pete's Dragon or something.
Oh man. All right, let's see. What do we got here?
Bible Man starring Willie Ames is a Christian superhero.
I've heard a lot about that one. That one's supposed to be pretty funny.
Yeah, that's the guy from Zapped, right? And Charles in Charge.
Which guy?
Is that Willie Ames, Buddy?
Oh, Buddy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Willie Ames. Yeah.
He's still around. Is he still doing it right now, or what? Or is this old?
Oh, I hope so. I'm sure he turned into a Christian.
Yeah.
After Charles in charge.
He seems like that's the only direction he could have gone.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, here's the synopsis. Somebody posted the synopsis. Miles Peterson, a regular guy with the best the world has to offer, turned to God and the Bible in his most desperate hour, and from then on pledged to fight evil with the word of God, disguised in the full armor of God as Bible Man. Miles fights against enemies of darkness using scripture. I think I need to see that. That sounds pretty amazing. Let's see what else we got. Is there a genre outside of horror you guys would like to do? I don't know. I don't think Swamphead was really a horror film.
Yeah,
scary as shit. Yeah.
I had one script idea where I wanted to do like a 70s movie on the gods, like Grecian gods. It wouldn't be bloody and gory or anything like that, so I don't know. It probably wouldn't be a horror film, but
yeah, I mean, well, I don't know. We have a lot of, I guess, some web series ideas we're working on. Yeah, Renegade Pizza.
Oh yeah. Renegade Pizza.
Yeah. That's it.
White Knights.
Yeah, I mean, I've never. I mean, I like horror, but I've certainly never considered myself like just an avid straight horror kind of guy. Like I think that's the direction the script went, and that was. I think a lot of Evil Dead was playing off of that. We were pretty huge into that for a while, and I think that was. We really wanted to go more subtle with it, and more tongue in cheek, but it just did not.
Didn't happen.
It did not happen.
No. Yeah. No. Yeah. Yeah. No. I mean, I'm just a fan of I think we're just fans of just shitty movies.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter the genre. I don't know.
Yeah.
That was 100% when you first showed me when you guys were shooting it, when I first got involved with it and you were showing me, I'm just like, yeah, this is exactly the kind of movie I want to be involved in, because it just looked like it looked like one of those trauma movies where they just went balls deep, and they just went for it and didn't care if things were offensive, didn't care if they looked mildly shitty. It was just all about, having fun and doing some crazy shit,
Yeah, I mean, I think people just take movies way too seriously, and for me, that's what I wanted to do, is just kind of make fun of that, just
what about
the whole
Da Vinci
process
Code,
of
though?
what
The Da Vinci Code has to be right, though, right?
Yeah, Da Vinci Code. Yeah. It's just like people that give bad reviews about movies and you're just talking about how terrible it is. It's like, it's a fucking movie. It's not important. It's not fucking important at all.
That's something you gotta just not even pay attention to, is when somebody rips apart a movie like Swamphead, which is totally something not to take seriously.
Go for it, because who gives a shit? It's not.
Well, I mean, the whole
nobody
the ending of Swamphead. The ending of Swamphead is a perfect example, is because originally you guys had an entire other sequence you were going to have filmed with Steve in a grocery store.
Yeah, right.
That was supposed to end the film, but because at that point it looked like there was not going to ever be any more filming done with the film, we just okay, let's just cut this fucking thing and see how it works without that scene. And that's why you have and this is how I sold it to Justin, was this is the fucking Italian horror movie ending, where all of a sudden action happens, freeze frame, and the movie just ends. And it to me personally, I'm like, that's really fucking funny. It's so stupid. It's just all those movies. So it's just you can't take sometimes some of the fun pieces just kind of happen on their own, and you can't really like take it too seriously. And if people don't get it, then they don't get it. Whatever. I don't know. I think you're dead on about that, man. It's just like movies like Swamphead. You shouldn't sit and think too much about them. Just, are you having a good time? That's all that.
Yeah, I mean, well, and that should be with any movie. It's like, how do you take any movie that seriously? You know, I mean, like, there's good movies out there, and you know, but just to like care so much that you're, you know, just movie reviews, and I don't know, people that do that for a living. It's like, what good are you doing? You know, like, it just doesn't make any sense to me at all. Like, why would you go into that? Derek's like, fuck you.
Well, I don't do that for a living.
No, I know. But...
let's see here. Do you guys always work together, or do you do stuff on your own?
We don't do anything separate. Nothing.
We hold each other's dicks when we piss. That's how close we are.
Yeah, we're pretty fucking close like that. Justin's been working on stuff more than I have. I did a couple.
Yeah, I mean, just
real serious.
No, I've just been doing a lot of just stuff for other people, just lighting and camera work and stuff. But as far as like own productions, I don't know. It'd be nice to get going again on some of that stuff, but it's pretty hard to get a movie together.
Yeah, it's incredibly hard.
Yep. It gets harder the older we get too, because people are less likely to, you know, have schedules that work, and you know, we're not paying anybody, so you can't really expect people to drop everything they're doing, but
it's
right.
tough. Yeah, I'm always doing something. I always have 1.5 million different projects going on. So yeah, I do stuff on my own all the time, because I if it's either working on stuff like our Hole in the Wall, or editing stuff for other people like Jason Paul Collum. We did a documentary. We shot a film. Justin shot a film with us 2 summers ago called Safe Inside. That'll be coming out. But yeah, we always have something in the pan, or at least I do. My wife hates it because I never stop fucking working ever. One of these days I'll have to do that. So we'll see how that goes. Maybe I'll have a life again.
Sometimes you'll settle down and have some kids, maybe, and
right. I know.
Maybe do the family thing. Go away.
It's a pipe dream.
I love you.
Let's see what else we got. Looks like we're at the point where, does anyone have any final questions for our guests? I guess, is there anything, that other than the stuff we've already kind of pimped, anything you guys want to like put out there for people, or final thoughts on Swamphead that you want to just communicate your overall thoughts about the film and whatnot?
Well, Swamphead died at the end, so I don't know why everybody thinks there's going to be a sequel. But, no, I don't know. Well, I guess, yeah, if, buy it. You can buy it at Briarwood, briarwoodentertainment.com. So buy it. No, I don't know.
There's the sales pitch. The sales pitch is this: just buy it, god damn it. Why haven't you clicked it? Click the link.
They just watched it. Why are they going to buy it? They're not going to. Nobody's buying it. You just watched it.
You
never want to watch it again.
Yes, you do.
Right?
You do.
I mean, why would you watch that again?
You fucking watch it every day.
Well,
every day I love it.
No, you just watch the scene where Marty's masturbating in the tent over and over and over again.
Yeah. Well, I don't think we can. Well, we can have we could have a sequel. We just couldn't have him be in it again, because he won't do that again. He said he's adamant about not masturbating with his shirt off anymore. So.
Yeah.
Well, you guys did deliver tits for the movie. I mean, he is essentially the tits of the movie.
That was a treat for all of us when he pulled that shirt off. That's for sure.
Yeah, that was a surprise.
Yeah. Those weren't fake. Those weren't fake. Those were the real deal.
The real deal.
Boobs.
Well, all right. I guess that looks like it. Yeah, I guess the only thing is look out. Go to Briarwood Entertainment. That's where you can get. They have VHS DVD combos of the film. Otherwise, you can get just the straight DVD, which has a ton of extra features like some of the old shorts that Dustin and Justin did, like Teen Bot, which explains the dancing robot that you saw in the film. If you want to learn more about Teen Bot, buy the DVD, and there's a 30-minute short film that's just as amazing as SWAMPHEAD is. If you like SWAMPHEAD, you'll fucking love it.
Also explains the probator.
Oh yeah, that's in there too, isn't it?
Yeah. So it's essentially, if you actually want to know what anything that's going on is, what's going on in SWAMPHEAD, you need to watch all the special features. Then the movie finally makes sense.
Yeah, it doesn't. Otherwise, you can't make any sense. It's just completely.
It's just gibberish. It's just absolute fucking gibberish.
Oh yeah, you just.
Yeah, I still don't understand why the head's attacking people. Do you guys understand that shit?
Well, because he's pissed. He hates fucking Indians. That's what it's about.
Is that really it? He doesn't like Indians? Is that
well, that's what he was in. After they killed his wife, he's like, damn Indians. He hates that.
Oh yeah. He didn't like the Indian men.
Oh my gosh.
All right. Well.
We have one more question. Oh, Rob's been very anxious about me talking about my fucking podcast, Astro Radio Z. How can people find or hear Astro Radio Z? Astro Radio Z is just a show that I do whenever I can actually find time to do it. It's about cult horror films, and sometimes we have some guests that come on, like filmmakers or musicians, but it's mostly a bunch of fucking nerds that just get around and talk about shitty movies like Ninja Terminator or fucking Christploitation and shit like that. But you can find it on Fearcast Network. It's on iTunes. Otherwise, there's a Tumblr page where you can find all the old episodes. But yeah, just go check it out, subscribe to it, and we just did a show about the first 4 witchcraft movies, which I can't believe we're gonna watch all 13 of them. So if anybody's interested in hearing about what the fuck the witchcraft movies are and why the fuck we would ever watch those movies, yeah, go check out Astro Radio Z, and you'll listen to it. Let's see, is there anything else? SWAMPHEAD rules. Bring on SWAMPHEAD 2. Mark the Movie Man. Thanks, Mark. Let's see, anything else? Rob says, you'd be surprised. The movie is funny enough for people to want to buy it and show others. Thank you, Rob. That's really nice.
And I think when you're sitting around with your friends talking about SWAMPHEAD, if you want to be a guy that actually knows what he's talking about,
right?
Yeah.
The prestigious man has that on his collection. That's for sure.
Well, if you want to find out actual stories about the film, other than us jibber-jabbering about Roadhouse sequels that will never happen, listen to the commentary track where we pitch shifted it down about 3 octaves, so we sound like we're in witness protection. We were drunk while we recorded it.
Weren't we supposed to just sound like we were mentally retarded or something?
It's kind of a mixture of the two.
Oh, sorry, no.
Hey.
No. She said, hey, don't say mentally retarded.
See, that's okay. So that's something we can actually bring up, because it was something that was asked of me at a panel a while back. Was we get? Do you guys? How do I frame this question? Because I've had people reject the film from screenings because of the Han character.
Han, yeah.
Is there anything you want to talk to about that, or is it something you just kind of want to say? Why are you taking it that seriously? It's not meant to offend anything, or how do you want to take that?
Oh,
do you have any? Do you have any thoughts on like people's reactions to?
I mean, they're legitimate. I mean, what can you say? I mean, certain places they just probably shouldn't be showing that. This movie doesn't belong in every theater, but if you're someone that gets offended by anything, then you probably don't want to watch this movie at all. So
yeah. And like the Han character, like pretty much like all the characters, it's just like, and that they're just all just so over the top, I mean, like, it's like not at all even accurate representation, like of anything.
It's so over the top. It's
absolutely.
But
my comparison always is everyone's a fan of fucking Toxic Avenger 4. In the beginning of Toxic Avenger 4, there's an entire sequence where there's the diaper mafia goes and shoots up a class of retards.
Mm-hmm.
And nobody ever sits and complains about that. They herald it as like the best trauma film they did in the last 20 years. But then SWAMPHEAD shows the people and they're super offended by it. It makes no sense to me. I don't quite get
those
it.
same people probably aren't watching Trauma though either. I don't know. You probably could get away with that a little bit more 20 years ago too. But
yeah, people weren't so I don't know, defensive.
I mean, we knew what we were doing, and we knew that's how the reaction was going to be with that character. I mean, just going over the top, going full retard isn't probably probably not a good thing.
That's a point of the movie. The whole point of the movie is nothing's off limits. It just like go with it. Who fucking cares? And when it's a comedy, you should be able to say anything you want. You should be able to do anything you want because it's not like you're. Well, maybe you are. You speak to it. I mean, honestly, I know the intention was never to sit and point out, retards do nothing but shit all the time and they're fucking.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's not what the intention ever was. So, unless I don't know, I can't speak to that. I didn't write it, so. But that was always, I never took it as that. And when I get those reactions from people that wanted to screen the movie, where they come to me and go, "Hey, I saw the trailer for SWAMPHEAD and everyone seems to love this. Send it to me. I'd like to screen it at such and such theater." So I send it out to them and I never hear back. And then all of a sudden I see them at some event or something and they're like, I go, "Hey, how's it going? So when am I going to hear about, SWAMPHEAD screening?" Yeah, I don't think we're going to do that. Is there a reason why? Yeah, the retard character. I don't like Yeah, I don't think it's right. Oh, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
So, it's fine though. It's totally and feminist.
Well, yeah, I mean, like just scooping out shit. Having a close up of that. It's just
with a stick.
How much more over the top do you need to be with that?
Right.
Well, what else was she supposed to do?
Right. How else are you supposed to clean an ass?
With her hand?
She brought no toilet paper, even though this guy apparently does this all the time.
And talking about his girlfriend. Hey.
So.
Yeah. People are, I think this is yeah, we had somebody write, people are pussified these days. It's sad. All right.
Right.
You think that's a good way to end it, guys?
That's sad.
So, all right. Well, anything, Justin?
No. I was saying this is pretty fun.
Did I get this?
No.
Oh.
All right. Dustin, anything else?
Oh, what else is left to say, I mean, we covered everything. I'm pretty sure, right?
Yep. All right.
Yeah.
It looks like Rob is saying thanks, everyone. So thanks for letting us come on here, Rob. Thanks for showing SWAMPHEAD.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, Robert.